Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. As you can see, we have quite a bit to fill in, but this is going to be a plan with me of sorts for the week of December the 18th through the 24th. So Christmas week, I am going to 100% be relying on my notes from my A6 to get me through and get this all filled in. As you can see, I've gotten the weather all filled in. If I did any tarot or crystal carrying, it's already written in here, as well as my water intake. I have found that on busier weeks like this, it's as long as I'm filling in those things, it really does help a good bit if I end up having to do this after the fact for filming purposes. Because especially on busy weeks like this, I don't always have a moment to stop and plan. But we're going to fill this in and make it look super pretty. So I used the lovely Cool Gray to do the water tracker. I am going to use this like cream color. I just feel like it goes with this palette really well. It's super soft. I think it'll be great. I thought about using pink or browns or something, but I do want to use, so for any personal stuff, I'm going to be using one of my favorites, which is the avocado green from Uniball 1. And these are 0.38, so they're pretty fine. And then the cappuccino brown. If you guys have been hanging out for a little while, then you'll know I'm going through a whole phase. I love this cappuccino brown. I love how it shows up. I also love this. That's not a Uniball 1, but I've really gone down the color ink rabbit hole. So I am super happy with that. But yeah, let's just kind of get into it and we'll chat through the week. I also want to say that I hope everyone had a absolutely just wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate, or Hanukkah, or whatever you and your loved ones celebrate. I do feel like I want a pencil board, but I don't know if I have one extremely handy. Pencil boards run off to. Aha, there's one right in front of me and I just didn't see it. So this is just one of my older ones that I'm gonna pop in here. And I usually try to put a couple sheets so it's not as like harsh. But yes, so yeah, I hope everyone had a lovely holiday season and you guys are continuing to have a lovely holiday season. I'm sure a lot of you guys have little ones at home or very full houses, so I hope you're taking time to plan your planners and still protect your peace. I'm obviously starting off with being able to check off or migrate things as they happened. It was a very, very full Monday. It was a very, very full week. I'm sure it was for many of us, whether you had family in town or just a lot going on with work. I'm going to use these super cute office stickers. I love using the office stickers to indicate when I've actually been in the office. But yes, I'm also trying to remember. Oh, we had sandwiches, and I don't think I have an emoji that does a sandwich, but I will put, I might find a heart somewhere in my stash for that. But we'll get there. So I am going to switch colors for a couple work-related things and mark them down. So to my shock and surprise, honestly, Monday ended up being one of the more chaotic days. As far as workload goes, we had a lot of phone calls come in that were unexpected. Usually around the holidays, it doesn't tend to be really chaotic because most people are gonna, kind of put things off into the new year. But I had a lot to do as well. I did end up finishing everything I needed to by the end of the week, which was really nice. And 90% of the people that I talked to, I would even say, 98% of the people I talked to were super nice and understanding of timelines. And then my boss was also out of the office with her family. They had gone to Disney, which kind of led a little bit to the chaos. Just because she wasn't there, you know, and people were obviously asking for her. I'm gonna see if I have, I don't think, I think all of the like date and things I have are like date night instead of like date brunch or something like that. So I might end up, I know I used like one of these. I'm gonna use one of these just to A, get them out of my stash, but B, keep everything kind of consistent. And this is definitely not something I would not normally like mix stickers quite like this. And I do want to start doing that more into the new year, because I have so many stickers, it's nauseating. And I'm just gonna do some hearts, underline them just to make them cute. So Jeff actually came by the office and had lunch with me, which is really, it was really, really lovely. And we don't get to do that. So it was really, really nice. And then he actually ended up coming over to my house in the evening, which meant I really couldn't get a lot of the things I needed to do done, like filming the plan with me. Let's see. I'm just gonna write down some of the things that I didn't get to do, which may sound really silly. But that's kind of part of life, is not always necessarily having time. And I know I say that like a good bit, that, you know, I don't do something because he comes over. It's more because of the fact that we live so far apart that when we are together, I really want to enjoy that time together. I obviously moved a lot. Master list for the week. But yeah, it's just so that I can be present and really enjoy that time with him. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Like, obviously, if there's something critical that I need to do, I will. How many lines did I end up using? Okay, I'm gonna use all of these lines. And I don't even remember 100% what we had chili leftovers. And there was one cookie left. I don't know what kind of cookie it was though. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. This is like the cream color. I don't know what the name of this one is. Maybe it is cream. They don't put the names like on the marker itself, but this is definitely the pack that it comes in. Okay, so again, I'm gonna let that dry out. Tuesday, I was really getting down to business on some massive Christmas movie watching and stuff. So, interestingly enough, Jeff is not the biggest Christmas movie fan. That's just not his jam. Okay, sorry. I thought I lost my little booklet, and I don't know if I've left enough space to pop this in here, but hopefully I did on accident. Oh, I might have already used it. That's fine too. I don't think I put anything else that belongs here. I do want to use the elf one since I have it, so I will just so, because I do this all the time, especially that these boxes are so small, and this is something I'm really looking forward to next year. I'm going to try not to get too ADHD in this video, so let's see how it goes. High hopes. With my Kokuyo, it's an A5 Slim. So that means it's just a skosh smaller than a Hobonichi A5, which is like the cousin size and stuff like that. You guys, also the sun is coming up and it's like the most beautiful clear morning after 2 days of rain. I know I just said I wasn't going to be ADHD, but I did just turn my head and look out the window, so that's on me. But I definitely was excited to get my A5 Hobonichi because I know a lot of the things that are just a bit too big for various and sundry reasons, that this would be like a change that would come in the new year. So that was really exciting as well. I am going to go ahead and lay down this label so that one, I can power through some of these. I didn't, let's see, I know I did Polar Express, Charlie Brown Christmas, and Nightmare Before Christmas. So we'll get all those out for sure of this stack. And then I have, do I have, oh, I already have one that's got all the names on it. That's perfect. I knocked out a bunch last year. So I need to decide if I'm going to repurchase any of the marquees. I try to already be prepared for the next year, just preemptively, and almost buy in a sense of refills. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was probably, oh, this was on Thursday, so we're fine. Tuesday, what did I do on Wednesday then? Oh, I know what happened on Wednesday. Okay. Now we're bouncing around a little bit. I'm consulting also like another little sheet that I have off to the side. So I am going to put this spacing in. I think that'll work. I think just 2 lines is really what I need. And then I can go ahead and fill in do I want to write in gray or keep the green? I think I'm going to keep the green. And I actually am going to add a dragon sticker, I think. So Jeff and I have been watching Monarch, A Legacy of Monsters. That's Marvel. I kind of need my random ones, but I don't know where they are. Aha. It's almost time for me to get a new pack of these guys because I feel like the black one goes with the theme a little bit better, to be honest. So these are Mother of Dragons. So these are obviously for Game of Thrones. I'm just gonna use a cream colored one. It's fine. I just worry that that's too much cream back to back as well. But we've been watching that, so I figure a dragon is perfect for that. But I do need to order probably a new sheet because House of Dragons is coming back. Monsters. Perfect. And then it was like our early bedtime. So, and then up here, I'm gonna do a Muppet. I did need just a little bit more space. I couldn't fit it. Okay, some Muppet Christmas Carol. Okay, I probably should have let that dry a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. And then I really needed to buckle down and get some work done. Like I said, Monday was really chaotic. It was a lot of being on the phone, and then Jeff came for lunch, and then he was at my house. So when that happens, like, it's not that I'm necessarily like a grumpy Gus about anything, because I'm completely thrilled that he's there, don't get me wrong. But obviously, like, taking breaks like that in the middle of the day, and even though I would have stopped to eat my lunch either way, it is a little bit distracting. But it's not something that happens very often. It's actually a very rare occurrence that we get to eat like that together. But again, because everyone was gone and I was in the office by myself, it was also kind of nice to have the company. So that was nice. Then on Tuesday, I was actually remote, but again, as you know, to be predicted, it was crazy because I do want to find a working sticker that's holiday-esque, so we're gonna look for that. I did spend most of the day working through calls. So I'm really tempted to actually just like put that in, but a lot of my work this week was straight up phone calls. It truly was. It was lots of phone calls. But Jeff's company Christmas party was also this week, and I did opt to go for future reference to myself. And I haven't had the opportunity to go to his office's Christmas party in several years. Just my work schedule hasn't lined up and let it be appropriate. Where are my Christmas working emojis? It just hasn't matched up. So it was, again, you know, luck of the draw that it worked out where I could go and I could attend. And I really do try to go to stuff like that when I have the time, because again, it's just not something that we normally get the opportunity to do. So it was quite lovely. I'm definitely saving the Grinch one for later in the week. And I feel like the snowman would be good for like a snowed in work week. I'm gonna use Rudolph just because he's the last one on that row. So I needed to like get up and handle work stuff as best as I could while I got ready. To go to his office party. For future reference, I will probably not go even if I can. It was just more time consuming than I imagined, which kind of put me in a bind. And again, because there's so much going on with both of our offices, he stayed the night again. So I really kind of needed that time at home to myself to get some regular work as well as actual work done. I would just say I got a lot done this week, but I definitely feel like I could have managed my time a bit better. And then I finished A Christmas Carol before he got here, but I don't 100% know what we watched that evening. I think it was the continuation of this like documentary about this girl and her boyfriend who killed her parents thing. Definitely, again, he does not do the Christmas vibe, so it was totally fine. But yeah, so I'm gonna put like a eating, let's see, do I have like a feeling festive? I'm almost certain that I do. And I did get dressed up, so maybe the ugly Christmas sweater is an option. I don't think these are ugly. Here, I'll just do this because I don't think I have a label that's gonna hold. I really like her. She's super cute. I'm just gonna label in Unger. And normally I draw all my errors that way, and it looks like I'm trending to draw them this way, which is fun. And I kind of almost want to white that out and put it the other way, but I'm going to leave it. And then from there, I went to Publix to get a couple groceries and the roast that I needed for Christmas. And then from there, I once again moved all of my life responsibilities. The problem with that was that my mom was coming over Christmas Eve, so she got here on the 23rd and stayed overnight. So I was trying to like clean the house and like obviously have it ready for her. And she's not a big clean freak or anything, and I'm really lucky for that, I guess. And I do keep everything really tidy and picked up, but yeah, I just was really falling behind on everything, I felt like, because again, he was here when I was here, and so that didn't leave a lot of time for filming and prep work and stuff like that. So I did end up having to get into it a little bit on Wednesday. But still, it was definitely a clunky week. Film and post last week. Plan with me. Okay, not a lot of stickers on this one, on this like row. Okay, so putting that off to the side, we'll put that with it because they do go together. They are friends. So I know I'm making it sound like so dramatic, like he was here and ruining everything, and it really wasn't like that at all. It was lovely because, again, I am so used to having a commute. Like, we kind of switch off as best we can. Like, there's certain days of the week that I go out there and certain days of the week that he comes to me, and that just seems to work out for the best. I do want to use one of these present wrapping stickers, but I actually want to use one that is on like a, what am I trying to say? On a sampler page, because I usually try to check there. If I can remember, I try to check with a sampler page first, and they're really not very different. So, I'm going to put this here. I did start to wrap gifts that day. But as I was saying, I don't want it to be like, oh, I was so bummed that he was here, because I really was quite overjoyed that he was here, and it was really nice. But at the same time, it means that I am focusing my attention on him being here and like spending quality time together. And sometimes that means not getting my things done, and that creates unnecessary stress for sure. I'm gonna do I finally got to wrap my gifts, so I definitely wanted to document that. They weren't all here at the time, but I at least had enough there to work with. And I actually turned on the Nutcracker Ballet while I did that. I think that's enough room. I may just put the Nutcracker instead of the Nutcracker Ballet, just to save a little bit of time. So I also, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. All of that is wrong, actually. Okie dokie. This is what I get for looking at too many things at one time. So I need to pull this up. I'm gonna pop this over here. And I'm gonna have to find something to prop up underneath here to make it flush. So, how do I wanna do this? Okay, I'm just gonna do, of course I had to write over like 6 million lines and not be like a normal human. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit. And I do have space where if I wanna put a label to cover that up, I definitely can. What all did I get up to that morning, if anything? I know I didn't wrap my gifts, and I semi-tidied the apartment, and I was hoping to vacuum that day too. So I will leave that area to put some cleaning tasks that I didn't do. And then I'm gonna put, oh, I did try a lot of weird stuff that morning. Okay, now that my brain is functioning. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sit, and we'll go back in the end and I'll pop in some stuff. This pen like got juicy all of a sudden. I don't know, like here and here, that's really strange. So I watched The Family Man from The Office. And as I said, I was back in the office, so let's use, I'm gonna just, normally I wouldn't want to keep, like I wouldn't want to reuse a sticker or anything, but I'm really kind of liking the look of the screen. So I'll do that for the office tasks. I know I worked through some carrier calls. It is so sloppy. I know I worked through some scheduling calls. More we didn't end up having to do anything with. I did finish the Jones report I needed to. I'm gonna do RT tasks just to shorten that. There were quite a few that were processing related. So that took up a good amount of time, and then getting allocations set up. I was starting to kind of like hit my stride a little bit, but again, phone calls were really manic this particular day. And I was also trying to prep for the live stream that evening, which was giving me so much anxiety because I actually don't do like a ton of prep when it comes to like an annual sense. Like I do a lot of, you know, mind mapping and brainstorming and like rough sketches and ideas. And if you guys were on the very clunky 2-part live stream last week, then you'll understand. And I'm definitely hoping that that doesn't happen again. This goes back to, it does make it difficult because he knows how to get into my apartment, but I actually have to let him through a gate. So, and I filmed from my phone. So it just got really clunky for sure. And just, again, not ideal at all. So I was like rushing home to work on that. And again, you know, with him being here, it meant that I wasn't necessarily going to have time. I think this is enough room. Skeptical. I think I can make it fit though. I think I'm gonna try. No, I'm making so many mistakes. How in the world? What are we doing, guys? Oh my God. Okay. I can't stand it. I'm gonna have to fix it. So all this was supposed to be in brown. No, this is like a nightmare that will not end. And I guess I could have like completely done like a big ass label over this. No, no. Guys, what is happening? Okay. Yeah, and all that kind of needs to dry. Really not dry because it's not wet, but it needs to settle to the page, because if it doesn't, like if it doesn't blend into the page, then it'll like rip up really, really bad and make it look 3,000 times worse than that. Okay. Saw that coming. I'm gonna credit it to I'm like thinking of too many things at one time. And then I did the live stream at 6 p.m. I'm gonna use a white wine glass because I drink eggnog. I do want to do a video soon on all of my sticker storage now that I've like kind of expanded it. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I'm kind of interested with that too, because even though it looks tea-ish, it also looks holiday-ish. But we're just gonna stick with this. And it looks like I'm gonna need to order some more of those little guys before too much longer. I already have the red wine ones. I'm gonna put this over here just so that we're not skipping so much space. Okay. And we just finished the Ghost of Girlfriend's Past movie, and then I think we went to bed. So that was a pretty like simple day. Again, not getting to film any of the stuff that I needed to. So I'm not gonna bother like, I don't know, I can do film. Oh, I did have to do the last week plan with me, so I can write that down and check it off. Because it needed to be uploaded at noon, and I actually was late on uploading it because I was just kind of running around like a mad woman. And post. Okay, I do like the colors, like the soft browns and stuff in here. Maybe by the end of this video, I can try writing some of these in, but you guys get the gist of what's going there, and hopefully by letting it settle, it's not gonna like mess up y'all's experience, but it won't wreck my planner at the same time. I'm just gonna shove some sticker books under here until I find a good height for this, just to keep everything level. So I usually have quite a few sticker books hanging out on my desk, so there's that. So this is where I actually got to wrap gifts. And I don't know what that is. Oh, it's some Dymo tape. I finally was home proper, and this was also Yule. So I was very focused on being home and getting things done and just being present. And this was also our last day to I don't think I went out again. No, I stayed at home all day. I was really good about that. I know I've talked about this too in other videos, where I try to spend Sabbats at home and just really be present and in the kitchen. That's definitely where I feel the most connected. So in my practice anyway, it's my time to like cook with intention a little bit more, slow down a little bit more, and just focus on nourishing my body and being intentional about my cooking and what I'm cooking, and making sure that it corresponds to the Sabbath. And it was winter solstice, so the shortest day, longest night, and I was just really trying to fill my cup back up, and also take time for me in the middle of the back and forth all over the place for everybody else. It just really felt important to me to work on that. So that was cooking and watching Christmas movies for sure. So I'm gonna put a watching sticker right there. And then I definitely was not in the office, but I do want to use a winter working sticker, which I think was over here. How did we do this again? Oh, I have a lot of wrapping. Good Lord in heaven. I really don't ever, oh, I forgot. I didn't debean some cards, so I really need to like go back and double check some things for sure. I'm actually really tempted to use the snowman because it was winter solstice and he's the last one on here, but I'm really tempted to use the Grinch. I wasn't Grinchy though, and I did not watch the Grinch until Friday. So I think I have already obviously used a Grinch. So I think just because it's winter solstice, we're gonna use a Frosty. He'll be cute. Sometimes I unnecessarily become overly literal with my stickers. So I'm sorry about that. Let's not make our mistake again. And I will use the brown. So this is where everything really, really wrapped up. And I did such a great job. I truly did. And like, that is massive. Like, I got so much done. And I had several conference calls. With Pam ×2, which was not planned. And then I'm gonna just do RT calls and RT tasks. The only thing I really didn't do were January cards that I wanted to do. and I did my grade test. I did get the calls done, and that was really like the massive situation at hand, like all of the phone calls that were hanging out and wrapping up. And then I'm just gonna put a slash on tow cars because I needed to send her direct paperwork. That was a long-winded situation. Okay, and then we're gonna finally get to use that little elf sticker. All right. I'm gonna put it all the way at the bottom so that I can kind of see how much room I have to rant through here. Just not really ranting, it was cooking. I am also going to, oh, I love this. So I'm gonna use this because it was lots of chopping and lots of fruits and veggies. So I'm gonna do I cooked the soup. And I'm gonna do the wassail punch because I just want that documented here. So this is all of the stuff I like did for Yule really. I cooked a mushroom wild rice soup and I added chicken to it, and it had a lot of root vegetables, and it was just really comfy, cozy, and something that can stretch really far. Like that recipe easily could have fed 10 people. Or more, and I had plenty for leftovers, which was great. Jeff actually helped with the pork chops, which made me super happy because I really love cooking together. That's just something that I quite enjoy that we do, and I know I've made mention of that countless times on the channel, but cooking together is really something wonderful. And Yule was really special to me this year because Yule was the first Sabbath that I actually like actively participated in, I guess you could say, because I was at that point, I feel like I'm kind of being a broken record about this, but I had gotten my first workbook to play with for from Ritual Planner as a freebie, and it was just really nice to kind of like have a guide and get me started. And Jeff helped with the pork chops that meal, so it felt very like full circle, which I quite enjoyed. And so that was really nice. I don't know that this is gonna fit on here, so let's see if I can. I don't think it's gonna fit, guys. I was really hoping to like pop all of my stuff in here, so that's definitely not gonna make it into this year's cut, although I did watch Polar Express, obviously. So I'm gonna put that back in, and he will wait until next year. But before I like really kind of mess myself up, I'm going to put this down on Sunday. Oh, my child is yawning down there, in case you wonder what that like cooing noise is. She has the roughest life ever, don't you know? Okay, I'm gonna put that there, and I don't necessarily think I have a sticker left for anything else I watched. I did watch Nightmare Before Christmas on Christmas proper, but the rest of this, other than Polar Express, which, I mean, I just don't like that it wouldn't be like in order, so I'm not gonna do it because that'll bug me. So we'll do swatch for the Polar Express. I was hopping on Friday. We're gonna go through it, let me tell you. Okay. We've got that was just terrible penmanship. Oh, well, splitting it up, whatever. And then Eloise at the Plaza. And I just realized this is wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope, he lives there. He lives there. He lives there. I'm gonna do... We watched a lot, but I actually got up before Mom, and I watched Eloise at Christmas time before she got up. So it's just these two are reversed. That's really it. I guess that would mean that I could technically pop in the Polar Express, but I've already made my swatch. And to be quite honest, there are a lot of activities that I got up to this day and errands that I needed to run. So I will be utilizing this Christmas errand emoji to symbolize my 9,000 errands. I'm okay with this. Okay. So first things first, I had to go to Target. I was at least smart enough to do a pickup order. So that all I had to do when I got there, like literally when they opened at 7, picked up my Target order and then dropped a bunch of stuff off at work that I had picked up from grocery shopping, and it was on my way to all the other errands. Like, I'm a very odd I don't know. I don't think it's odd. I think it's logistically intelligent. But I basically run errands in a pathway. Like, I don't necessarily, I feel like most people do that, so I'm not saying anything that's revolutionary, but like, okay, for instance, like I leave my house and the first stop towards my destination was Target. So I went to Target. On my way to the next destination is my office. I dropped that off. And so like, I just continue down a line and then like loop and get back. Like it made the most sense to me. And then so I dropped that off, then went to get an oil change because and the oil change was quasi necessary. So it was necessary, but I definitely thought it was necessary if Jeff was going to drive my car, because I was a little bit overdue, and he will fuss at me, as well he should, if I am overdue for one, and I was a little bit overdue, so I just wanted to get it out of the way while I had the opportunity to. So I went and got my oil changed, and then headed on to Ponce City Market, where I needed to do a return and pick up our holiday donuts for Mom and myself, which were absolutely delicious. And I can proudly say they all got eaten. Nothing got thrown away, which is revolutionary. I don't know that that's happened ever. I think that might be the first box that's been eaten to completion before I had to throw something out, because they're huge, and like Mom and I quartered them, and we all had like we each had like a whole donut's worth, and then the next day we ate a little bit more. I was able to give Jeff some, and then I did hoard the sugar cookie donut for myself. And I was not mad about it. Then I went to the car wash, and then I went to lunch at 1910, because I had done so much cooking the day before, and I knew I had a lot of cooking ahead of me. I really wanted to treat myself to a meal, and that's a pretty inexpensive one. To be completely honest, it's not like a really, it's pricey, I guess, for a burger, but at the same time, it really wasn't like that big of a deal. I need another cute, like, Christmas sweater type of thing. I think these are like the sampler packs though. I'll use this super cute chick with her pink sweater. This was like all the errands, so I'm gonna like skip over that maybe, and then do PL prep, update, planners. So I'm just kind of trying to use up some space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until I could put her down. So which way are my arrows going, so I can switch it up a little bit. And then I also made bourbon balls on Friday. That did not, none of that went accordingly, because I was really worn out from all the errands, truthfully. And then I came back and I like got fully ready, because I thought that the Christmas party was going to be like the Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving thing was, and it ran really late, and I had a great time. It was the total polar opposite. It did not run late. It was wrapped up super quick, and most of the party I was back at my apartment trying to get bourbon balls ready for the people who work for the complex and are amazing. So I was really quite bummed out that I missed pretty much the whole thing. Another thing I want to put down for Friday is that I pay bills, although I am going to do a quick little fix here because I didn't pay them all. Not too worried about that. All right, since that didn't smudge, I'm gonna be slightly optimistic for a minute and see what we can fill in and be very hopeful. Okay, so I'm okay. Tidy apartment. I can't 100% recall. Oh, I know. That's what I wanted to put. That I went to Krispy Kreme. And that was a disappointment. Such a disappointment. Okay. I was trying to get the elf donuts. Trying to be very quiet, concentrate. I'm gonna do things that I didn't originally have on here that I'm remembering, and that's okay. Because I did finish the client gifts that day, and it was such an aggravating experience that it's worth documenting. Okay, like it's still a little messy, but it's definitely more in line with what I had planned. So I am not super duper upset about it. Okay, back at it. This is so much to document, and I'm so proud of the notes that I kept. You guys, like, it's insane to me how good I did with actual note keeping, and there's still like a lot of blanks and things, but I think it's gonna be fine. And I did have to, why is there hair everywhere? It's like I'm shedding. I'm gonna try to write Jim Carrey under there, but I just might put Jim C. And I'm kind of bummed I can't put like a Grinch logo there, but I can use it somewhere else. It's fine. So this kind of began the last stretch before my mom arrived. And I didn't have like too much to do at that stage because she was coming over, but it wasn't like a panicked situation. The majority of what I needed to do was actually film this day. So I'm just trying to like write a couple tasks of things that I got up to essentially before I started to film, which was, or I was doing in between filming, I guess. So the video that came out on Sunday, I did in its entirety on Saturday. I filmed both spreads and did all the editing, all the voiceover, all before she got here, and like finished getting the house ready. So I was super proud about that, and that didn't become like a whole issue because I was very concerned that it was. I am going to go ahead and put these away for now because we're done doing that. However, I do need the rest of my watching because I definitely have a huge amount of stickers. I mean, why did I need 2 sheets of these? Just like, why? I will say Marv is probably my fave. One of my faves, so I'm gonna put him in here and do please don't be stuck. Please don't be stuck. I'm gonna go ahead and not try to squish it together and pop this little gremlin in here. Okay, so I watched The Grinch, Jim Carrey, and then here is Eloise at Christmas time, which I do watch every single Christmas Eve. And then Home Alone. How many did I get done? I got a lot done. 1 through 4. PL with Me Present. So I got that done. But as I said before, I usually leave like a marathon. So I think I did the Santa Claus movies to do the past spread, and then I did Home Alone to watch the future spread. And then Mom got here. Like I said, I was just kind of like tidying. Now I definitely want to use a super cute Grinch sticker to label. I don't know, I may use it for the brunch actually, because that was like super cute to me. And how have I not used any of my Grinches? Oh my God, they're so freaking cute. Okay, so I will do, I was really hungry as well, so I can do, I want to see if I have like a pizza and donut sticker. I think I do. There we go. This is so much documenting in one go. Okay, so this is the Grinch Illuminate. Don't be stuck, don't be stuck, don't be stuck. Don't be stuck, don't be stuck, don't be stuck. Okay, and then we made homemade pizzas and ate donuts. It literally, so just to give you like a little bit of background, I guess. So I decided pretty early on in the year that I wanted to do like a girls' Thanksgiving. Or Christmas, not Thanksgiving, that I really wanted to have just my mom over and have like a very like low-key Christmas, because I feel like we just don't get to do that where we get to like really enjoy it. I'm letting that dry just for a second so we can wrap up Saturday and move into Sunday pretty clean. But I had decided pretty early into the year that I wanted us to have like a girls' sleepover for Christmas, because there's so much usually going on at that time of year and I don't get to necessarily spend the most time with her. And when she is here, it's for a very short amount of time, and it's super awkward because there's just like a lot of tension between my stepdad and I. And so I decided that I wanted to have a better Christmas all the way around. And I really thought about this in October and going into November, that I really wanted to de-stress a lot of the holiday. And the best thing to do was going to be to have some difficult conversations. And so I just I had several conversations with people where I was like, look, I'm going to have a nice holiday. I'm not going to be rude, but I'm also not going to feel like I have to go and do everything and people please until I am so miserable and I can't enjoy it, because then nobody's going to be happy. So I really made a conscious effort to pre-plan that. And so I had a conversation with my mom in November, like when I picked up my tree, and I just like bluntly told her, I was like, hey, we're going to do a girls' sleepover. That's my vision. If you're not down with this or you're uncomfortable, we can talk about this. But basically it's just you and me. No Jeff, no Randy, no nothing. Like, it's just going to be us. You're going to spend the night. We'll make homemade pizzas or spaghetti, because she has an awesome spaghetti recipe. We'll eat $5 donuts and watch Christmas movies, and then we'll open presents and we'll eat roast beef the next day. Like, we'll do everything the traditional way that we do it, but we're just not going to have the drama and the tension. And she was completely excited about it. So that was really, really nice. And yeah, that couldn't have worked out any better. Sorry, on 5th Avenue was the last movie we watched, and then I got her set up with another movie, I think. Yeah. And I actually get to mark in more water than I thought. And this is just the dark gray Uniball Signo. But yeah, it worked out flawlessly. We watched a complete epic shit ton of Christmas movies. And we did a Grinch brunch with green pancakes and green mimosas. And it was adorable. Absolutely no regrets there. I'm going to give it 2 lines. I don't know that I'll necessarily need it, but I think I can drag it out to make it a little bit better. And then I don't know. I don't have any stickers for A Christmas Story left on the sheet that I've been working on, so I'm just going to put it in there. Then we did gifts, lunch. I'll just put little hearts because we do the same thing every year. We do spicy roast. And then I will put one more little swatch. And I'm letting all my swatches dry, in case you're wondering why I'm not filling them in. And then I want to see what's in my Christmas stack at this point and see what I can find. Maybe like another party emoji, because we went to I went over to Jeff's brother's. Jeff was already there. They had gone to breakfast with his grandfather that morning. And I'm just trying to decide kind of what would be like a cute one. That's like shopping to me. I could do this. That would, because that was really like the Christmas moment, quite frankly. With Ungers at Justin's. And then I'll just do a little arrow since that one's going that way. I don't love the angle of that, but I'll take it. And then we came home. We were donezo at that point. The Grinch. original. Then it was A Christmas Story. And then it was Meet Me in St. Louis. Yeah, and then we opened presents at Justin's house and just ate and hung out, and we had a fire. I could have done like a little bonfire because we had that. And then it started to rain, so we came inside and we opened presents, and we needed to kind of like disperse. But that was really it for that. So I'm gonna tilt this so that you guys can see. That took us 1 hour and 10 minutes consulting my notes, mistakes and all. I really don't think it looks that bad, but it's still not super clean. I'm glad it's like in the middle, so it's like hiding a little bit in the pockets. And I love how every other sticker except for the lunch date, but I definitely want to start integrating more of like my older stickers into the spreads into next year, because I really want to, you know, continue smashing my stashes. I love the uniformity, and I certainly have been using a lot of my other brands in my daily pages, but it was good to like just pop that in there. I definitely need to get some date. It also helps me think of like stickers that I do need that I don't really have, which is like I don't have a date day sticker for us, which is kind of, it would be nice to have a date day time. I think I might have something like that from Persephone's boutique possibly, so I need to take a look at that. Or I could have used like, I'm sure like a little heart or something. I could have been more creative and used like a emoji, but I love seeing all my emojis and the consistency that I have with them, so that's always really fun too. But I hope that this was informational and not too boring. I don't think I forgot anything. Again, I did a really good job with my notes this last week because I knew there was a good chance that I was going to have to do this all in one go. I think it looks really good, all things considered. I hope you guys had a lovely holiday season. And just as a reminder, I will be doing my setup for January later this evening on the channel. So we're live streaming. It might be our last Wine Wednesday. I might pop one more in there. I'm not 100% certain what I want to do yet. I will hopefully decide between now and this evening if we're going to have an extra one. And that's only because I feel like the 2024 setup was kind of a flop. And I hate that, but like I really feel like it was flopped and split up, and there really wasn't a lot going on in it. That's just how I honestly feel. And that's not necessarily anyone's fault. I just feel like it was clunky because I don't feel like I prepare a lot for big annual setups like that. But I also don't feel like it just went really well. So I feel like this obligation to give you like a makeup, if you will. So that's probably going to be what happens. And so we'll just go in for another week, but we'll see what happens. And if my schedule can permit that, and I need to take a look at work schedules and life schedules a little bit as well. So I hope to see you guys this afternoon. Again, that's going to be 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be doing the January setup, which I'm going to be going through all of the planners to show you what has been done in them to get started for the new year. But I look forward to seeing you guys tonight, and if you can't make it, there will obviously be the video posted after the live stream as well. So feel free to drop your questions in here or there or wherever. But until I see you next time, enjoy creating your own little wonderlands. Bye, everyone.